Hello and welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Today is my weekly whip and chat, so grab something that you want to work on and let's get started. Today I am going to be working on my dragon seasons. I decided to take a short break from working on my garden girl. I am actually close to finishing that one. I have 5 sections left. I would love to say that I will have that one completed by the end of the month, which is this week. So I don't think that is actually going to happen, even though it sounds really good. But I've got so much going on with the move and everything that I am just not sure that I will be able to spend as much time as I would like. But who knows? I might be able to finish it. And I know I'm not going to get this one finished. I am still between fall and winter. I don't know why. Fall took me a while. I actually had completed over half of fall in December, and so decided that since I'd already started on fall, I counted that one as completed for last year, even though I guess that may be cheating a little bit, but I didn't want to count it for this year since I had the majority of it done. I had all but really 2 rows done on fall, and so I'm finishing up that. I should be starting on winter after this row, and I think winter will go faster. At least that's what I am hoping. And hopefully I'll have a finish of this one in March. And if you hear anything, that was my cat. She's moving all over my table and she almost slipped. But she's okay. We're all okay. So how are you guys doing? If you don't know what a whip and chat is, that is a work in progress. And I am working on a diamond painting, as I guess I should have mentioned early on, but I'm working on a diamond painting. This one is my largest diamond painting that I've ever done. It is close to 8 feet, probably around 7.5 feet, and it's a big one. It has been so much fun. I have loved doing this. My husband and I have a bet going on that I will not get this finished by May the 1st. And I will get it finished, there's no doubt. If I have to stay up all night long, all weekend long, or whatever that it takes, this will definitely be finished. I really don't have that much left to go. And I have it rolled up because it is so long. I don't want it just dangling on my table. And I am not going to be able to show you all of it because of that. And I kind of want it to be a surprise too. Whenever I finish this, I'm going to stretch it out and I am going to show you this in its entirety. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. I thought I'd put it above my Calax system, which is IKEA. It's an IKEA, basically a cubby system. And this would work over it. I might even break it up. I thought about breaking it up between seasons and then having it framed and putting the frames out for each season. But I don't know if I want to do that because that means I would have to cut into the actual drills. I would lose a few drills, but that wouldn't be so bad. I'm just not sure how I feel about cutting into drills that I've already worked really hard on, and then also I'm not really sure how it would look, so I may just keep it like it is. But if you have finished this one, or if you plan on finishing it, let me know if you plan on doing anything with yours, and if you're going to consider cutting yours, how you would do that. I've never done that before, but I have cut a couple of ends off, just the ends on a canvas that would not fit in a frame that I had, and it didn't affect it in any way, but it was just the ends. I don't know about cutting right in the middle of a diamond painting, but there is a section on each one where it's just a little bit of greenery, and so I could actually cut there. I think it would be okay, and I would definitely get my husband to help me in the garage to do that, because he's really good about cutting material. He's cut vinyl before, which I've done that, but I would just feel comfortable to have someone else with me so we can talk it through. And so he would be able to help me with that. But I hope that everybody is doing well. If you are new, welcome. I'm so glad to have you and hope that you will stay. I think that we have a really good group here. I know we have a really good group here. Everyone is just super nice. And if you are part of my Facebook group and you have any questions, they are really good at answering. I try to, but right now we have so many in our Facebook group, which I'm really excited about, that I just can't keep up between this one and then also our Facebook group that Kim of Campus Crafts and I run. And so it keeps both of us pretty busy trying to keep up with both of the social media, not including trying to keep up with Instagram, but I've gotten really behind on Instagram. I hadn't posted there in a while. And if you've been looking for me on Instagram, I do apologize. I need to go in and do that. I just haven't. But I will start. I'm just trying to stay above water right now. We are in the process of moving again. We have gotten the dimensions on each of the rooms, and my craft, what is going to be my craft room, is almost as large as what I had in the other house. It's just it looks a little different, the way that it's set up. So I think that I'm really going to like it. It's semi-basement, but I'm not going to do my filming down there. I'm thinking I'm going to do my filming in my daughter's extra room, what she is calling her library room. And so I'm going to have a desk there for work and then also a desk for recording. I don't know if I want to have my office combined with my craft room, because if I'm in there and I see there's diamond painting just staring at me, more than likely I'm going to want to do that and not work. So I would need to kind of figure that one out. But I am starting to pack again. I'm glad that I did not unpack everything, although I still have quite a bit in my craft room that I did unpack, which I probably shouldn't have because I really hadn't even used it. But we thought we were going to be here through the summer, but we had gotten really lucky in finding the house that we have decided to purchase. It just happened to be there, and we are really looking forward to it. As much as we've enjoyed living in a rental because they do everything for us. It's a very small lot, but they do all of the landscape and all the yard work. Although we pay for it, and we pay for it dearly, but we don't have to do it. But then they expect us to still maintain the sprinkler system here. And of course, that's extra water, and they get upset if they see something's dying. And we don't have room to do our own thing. We can't, add, well, I guess we could have. We could have put pictures up, but we decided not to because we don't want any holes in the wall. I did use some command strips for some of my diamond paintings in my craft room, but I didn't in other parts of the house, which is okay, but I really do miss all my pictures, and a lot of things I didn't unbox, like family photos and things like that. So I will definitely get to do that at my new house, and I will be able to paint and do all the things. And I really haven't even decorated in a long time. I didn't decorate in our last house. There's just no reason. I didn't do it. It wasn't one of my favorite houses. We actually purchased that house for a number of reasons, and it was okay for a while. But we are so glad to get into a house that we are all going to be happy with. We're happy with the location, and I will be happy to start getting everything out. The weather here has been absolutely crazy. Last week, it is actually Monday for me, it'll be Tuesday for you guys when this goes up. But last week when I went to work on Wednesday, it was absolutely freezing. I woke up, the house was cold, and it was just, I could hear the wind. It was just blowing like crazy. I didn't want to get out and go to work, but of course I had to. And so I got out there, and as soon as I started my car and started leaving our subdivision, it started snowing. And I mean, it was coming down in huge chunks, like cotton balls. We don't ever get that. And it wasn't expected here. It was expected in some southern parts of Georgia, but not in North Georgia, which is kind of weird because we are close to the mountains. And it was snowing all morning. It did not stick. By lunch, it was pretty much already melted off, but it was really pretty. And then it was cold all weekend. The wind was horrible. It rained. And then on Sunday, it was nice. We even sat outside for a little bit, and we had to wear coats, but it wasn't freezing. So it was nice to get some fresh air and just to sit outside for a little bit. And today is absolutely beautiful. It is around 65. It's not windy, and it's really pretty. But our weather is just absolutely crazy, and I am really getting spring fever. I am ready to get out and start sitting outside again, because we always sit outside in the spring and even in the summer. We will take a fan out and we will absolutely burn up and we'll sit outside. And then we're hoping that with this new house, there's a new deck that they have just installed, and it's a good size. I would like to have made it a little bit bigger if it were, up to me. If they hadn't already done it, then we could have went ahead and asked them, because it's an investor family that has this house, and they have done a lot to the house, and they've even asked us for our opinions. They've made some changes on some things, and so we asked them how much it would cost to put a top or a roof on the deck, and then my husband can actually, once we get moved and get settled, then he can go ahead and he can screen it in. And so we haven't gotten an answer back from them yet on the deck, and if we don't hear from them, then once we move in, then we will contact someone on our own, and then we will go ahead and get that done, see how much that's going to be. We'll see how much that's going to cost for the deck, and if it's more than what we think it should be, then we can check around. We're also going to have to call and get our yard fenced in, because for those of you that are new or just don't remember, we have a collie, and Molly loves the backyard. So we have to make sure our backyard is fenced in, because she will definitely want a fenced in yard, and she doesn't like to be walked all the time. I mean, she enjoys going on our daily walks, and she likes that, and then she's really tired when she comes home, but she likes to run free. She loves to run, and that wouldn't be fair to her if we just had her on a leash all the time, and I don't want to leave her not on a leash, unleashed, because I don't know what all animals are out there. It's close to a river too, and she couldn't get to the river. It would be really hard because there's so much brush that we are going to clean that up, but it's behind our yard. So my husband's going to take care of that because he really wants to go to the river, but I would not want her to attempt it, because if she heard the river, she possibly would try to go down there and get hurt. And I don't want her to run off or, to get hurt in any way, or someone to try to get her, because when people see collies, they just go crazy. You don't see that many anymore. So we have that to do. But we love sitting outside, and if we could get that done, then I will diamond paint outside when it gets warmer. And if it's screened in. If it's not screened in, I wouldn't want to do it, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mosquitoes. Hopefully not, but we have had a terrible time with mosquitoes. Not so much as here, but in our last house, it was rough. And they were the no-see-ums. I mean, you wouldn't know until you got bit. And Paige and I are the worst. If there is 500 people that's in a room, and then there's one mosquito, it will get me, and then it will get Paige. May not bother anybody else, but it will get one of us. So we definitely need to have a screened-in porch as much as we're out there. And then we also want to have a fan installed. So we have a lot of plans, but I also have a lot of plans for my craft room. It's going to be a really busy summer, and then with Madison getting married in May, and then I have to go the 1st of May to South Dakota for her graduation. I'm going to be rather busy, but it's going to be a fun busy. It's not going to be like a stressful busy. Everything is done and ordered for her wedding. We just have to finish paying for everything. And I think she even has her playlist to give to her DJ. We've already got the food and everything chosen. And we've sent out, save the dates, but we'll send out, or she will send out the invitations, the formal invitations soon. So it has just been one of those weeks where we've had quite a bit to do, but we've had a lot of waiting too on things that we can't do. We can do like some research and that kind of thing, like with the house, but can't do anything. Obviously, just we move in. Work has been about the same old, nothing new there. Just getting busy preparing for our state conference with the group that I am part of at work. That I'm part of at work, getting students ready and prepped. I'm trying to see what color I want. The section that I'm in, it looks like I may not be doing much diamond painting and more talking, which probably is the case. But the section I'm working on now, it's a lot of confetti. The fall one was. When I first started this, the summer was the first one. Or I think it was spring. Spring was the first one. And that one, I just flew through it. And the next one was summer. And summer, I slowed down a little bit, but it wasn't as fast as the spring was. But I'll tell you, the fall is just holding me back. It is taking me forever. There are so many colors in here that it is just really slowing me down on each section that I have this in. I'm hoping that the winter, because I've already looked at winter, it is mostly blue, so it should go a little bit faster. Although I am going to be a little sad when I finish this one, because it has been a lot of fun. I have really enjoyed it. It's something that I've done in the background. And will I do another one this large? Well, yeah, I am crazy like that. And this one has 100 colors, but I really think I have possibly lost my mind. I did order another diamond painting, and I don't know how long it's going to take. It may take up until we move. It is in production now, I was told by the owner of the company. And it's bigger than this one. It is a lot bigger than this one. So I don't even know how in the world I'm going to work on it. I think it's longer. It's not as wide. It's not as wide as this one, I think, but it is much longer. So I guess I'll do the same thing that I did with this one. I will roll up the ends. And then once I start getting closer and have more done, then I can roll what I've done up and just work on the unrolled part. But I don't know. I hope that it's not going to be just absolutely confetti heavy. And it may take me 2 or 3 years to do that one. So it's going to be in the background. But once I get some done, then I'll show you guys. And of course, I'm going to open it. I'm going to unbox it on the channel once I get it in. I'm looking for a color here. Okay. This one. I get these two mixed up. There's a light one and a dark. It's hard to see. I think that one's this one. I'm working on the remainder of the dragon's head right now. And it's just very colorful, which I'm going to enjoy, but man, it's taking me a long time. But on the one that I was referring to, on that one, it does have 100 colors, and it is absolutely cute. I've even spoken to the owner because I was a little concerned about it possibly not getting here before we move. And so she said because it's in production, she feels that it will be here by the end of April, because we will have this place until the end of April. Even though we're probably going to move earlier, we're going to have it until the end of April. So that way I can check mail and whatever. If we need to do some things over here, we can to finish up. But I'm excited about that one. But I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know when I'll get started on that, because I'll be starting on my Josephine Wall diamond painting in April. And I'm going to start kitting that one up soon on the channel. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so, because if you would like to see how a massive diamond painting and mass colors, how I kit that up, then definitely stay tuned for that. I'm going to have a playlist. Come on, Abby, I can't see. Abby, my cat is right here, right where I am trying to diamond paint. Maybe she will get settled in a minute. You'll probably see her again. She loves to get right in front of the camera. But I am going to have a playlist for my Josephine Wall, and I'm really looking forward to that one. I've actually had the one that I'm going to be doing in my stash since the end of 2021 was when I ordered it, and it came in 2022. And I did that because the way that Diamond Painting Deutschland has their shipping, I don't know how it is now. I'm assuming it's the same. It was last year. But when I purchased, and it was much less on the shipping back then than it is now, you could purchase several diamond paintings for one shipping price. And so I had purchased 4. So now I am down to 2. And I've had that one open since 2022 because it is a poured glue. I did not realize, or sorry, it's double-sided adhesive. And I did not realize at the time that with double-sided adhesive, once you open it, you take it out of the tube that it comes in, you should not roll it back up and put it back in the tube, because if you do, it could really cause rivers or divots in your diamond painting. And so I realized that after I had taken it out and looked at it, and I have had it hanging up ever since. So it has followed me the last moves, followed me here, and it's what the first one, well, it was one of the 4 that I purchased, but this was one of the ones that I wanted to do the most, but then I decided to wait, and I did another one of theirs for my first one. So I'm excited to be able to finally work on that one and to get it out of my closet, because I've had it hanging up on the pant hangers where it's out, takes up a lot of space. It's actually in my craft room closet, and so it has been totally safe, but it will be extremely nice when I can go ahead and work on that and to get it started and see what it's going to look like. I have ordered a pen, and I am ordering a tray. I've already spoken to both companies, and not sure if I'm going to use release paper for that one or what, but I need to see if it actually has grid lines, because my other one did not have grid lines of theirs. The one I did last year did. So I'm going to see if it has grid lines, and then that will also determine what I'm going to do. But I am definitely looking forward to starting that one. And it is 200 colors. It's 100 by 75. So I used to think that was just absolutely humongous. And then working on this one, I'm like, meh, that's not too bad. But it probably will take me a year, because I'll do it on the back end, just working in the background, unless I decided to keep doing that after the Josephine Wall event that Kim and I are hosting. But definitely I'm looking forward to starting another one. I love Josephine Wall. I absolutely love her artwork. There are so many. This is a small area, and it's taken me forever to find what I'm looking for. Maybe I should just have stayed in one little area, which I normally do, but I don't know. I feel like today, normally I can talk and diamond paint without any problem, but it's like today I am just struggling trying to diamond paint and to talk, so I probably won't get much done. And I'm hoping to at least get this section finished today. I don't get to diamond paint very much, if at all, on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I would like to be able to get something done. And then on the weekend, I need to continue packing, because we are closing on our house in 2 weeks. So I really need to go ahead and at least get some boxes packed, because we take the boxes over ourselves, and then we have movers who will move the furniture, and the furniture won't get moved until early part of April, and I will be on spring break when we're looking at moving the furniture. So that will be nice, so I can have the week to be able to just work in the house and to be exhausted and not have to worry about getting up early and going to work. So that's definitely a plus. I like how that worked out for me. I also would like to diamond paint some during spring break. I would like to be able to get some of my WIPs completed. But we'll see if that happens. I am not 100% sure how much time I'm going to have. Paige has been busy with getting her things together for the move, especially her books. She puts her books, most of them are in heavy boxes that she'll put them in, and then we can't pick them up. And so I have to go in there whenever she's done, and I'll have to tell her, you're going to have to unbox some of that, because there's no way that I can pick that up. And I know that my husband he could, but I don't want him to have to pick up something that's really, really heavy. And she's just notorious about doing that. My cat is snoring in case any of you hear a weird noise. At first I thought she was breathing heavy, and I looked to check on her and she's snoring. She loves looking out my window. I have a window that faces the street, and she just loves looking outside and watching all the people walking and cars going by. She'll just sit here for hours, and then she'll fall asleep while she's looking, which is what she's doing now. And for me, I don't care if she's on my diamond painting. I know that I've had a lot of people that have commented that, you know, I can't believe you let her on your diamond painting. That would just make me really, really nervous. I'm like, well, if I didn't have a cat, it probably would make me nervous too. But she is just, she does whatever she wants to, and she likes to be around me, and I can easily just take her hair off. She's usually not on my canvas, or if she is, she's on the very edge, and I have washi tape that covers that, so I don't have to worry about it. But she's not on the section that I'm working on normally. That might freak me out if she did that, because I don't want all of her hair all over the place on my diamond painting. But so far, I haven't had a problem. I'll just say that. It doesn't mean I won't. And I will address that when the time comes. Let me know if you guys are having any spring-like weather. I'm not really a fan of spring just because I have really bad allergies, and I'm constantly sneezing and the hay fever and the watery eyes, all the things. But I don't like winter, and so once I know that, you know, the weather is starting to get warmer, then I'm all for that. I don't like summer either when it gets really hot. If I could have around 75, 80 degrees year-round, I think I would be happy. I don't think that I would get tired of having the same temp. I know my husband would, but I don't think I would get tired of it. They're still doing a lot of construction around here, and that is most annoying, especially when they're doing the same thing over and over. They have this huge hill, and I don't know why they did this, but they have put a lot of their excess dirt on this hill, and I mean, it is packed in there. And now they're taking this dirt and they're moving it. And so all that we heard all day on Saturday, and then today too, is they have a backhoe, and they're up there moving the dirt back and forth. And then there is a dump truck that is constantly dumping and adding to these piles. And so that's what we've been hearing all day long. And it drives our poor dog crazy. The cat, it doesn't even really bother her. What bothers her, or it did, is when Molly would bark really loud, and now she doesn't even flinch. Although we do think that our cat has a hearing problem, but she just doesn't. It doesn't affect her, and now she's gotten so used to Molly barking that unless she is asleep and she's in a deep sleep, and then she gets scared when she hears Molly barking really loud. But if she is just playing or walking around, she doesn't even flinch when Molly barks. Which I guess is a good thing and a bad thing, because if she was ever outside around another dog, then that could potentially be a problem. But she doesn't go out, so I don't think we'll have to worry about that unless she gets out, and I just hope and pray that doesn't ever happen. I did receive my car registration for this year. It is due by the end of April because that's my birthday month, and I'm gonna have to wait until we move. I should have already went and changed it when we moved from Kennesaw to here. It's in the same state. I just decided to go ahead and didn't do it because I knew we were going to be moving, and I really didn't want to have to go and deal with it twice. In case we moved to a different county, then that'd be more of an issue. So I'm going to do that as soon as we close. I'll have to go get that taken care of. I'll have to get Paige's state ID taken care of. Hopefully it won't cost that much to get that changed over. I don't know how the county that we're in now, how they handle how much it's going to cost or anything. My husband has taken his truck in, which his truck is very old. He bought his truck in the 80s. My kids have lovingly named his truck Esther. Little Esther needs a lot of work. He just uses it to really just to carry stuff in. That's not his main car, but he just loves Esther. So Esther is in the shop for a new transmission, all kinds of stuff. And he's been using my car when he has to go somewhere on the weekends. He has a company car, but he can only drive it if he is working. And he has another car, and his car was heavily damaged in a wreck last year. It was around April or May. And we're just now getting around to where we are getting it fixed, because we've been going round and round with the teenager, or he's not a teenager, he was a young adult, that hit my husband and didn't hit him very hard, but caused over $10,000 in damage on the car. We've been going back and forth, or he has, with their insurance company, with the family itself, and then they just stopped. They have not contacted us anymore. The insurance company refuses. They keep saying, yeah, we know he's at fault, but we're not going to pay. So finally my husband said, I am tired of this car. I've been driving it and I shouldn't. And it looked terrible, and it was getting worse with him driving it. And so he just went through our insurance company, and they said it's not going to raise our rates. I sure hope not. Even though it wasn't my husband's fault. My husband was just at a standstill on the highway, and the guy came behind him, kept going, didn't stop, so ran all over my husband's car. So we went ahead and had that fixed. It's been in the shop for almost a month. And so he's had his truck. He was able to use his truck just around here. And then if he needed to go somewhere, he would use my car, or I would drive, or whatever. So then he had his truck in the shop. He had the car in the shop. He has another car that he bought that he wants to eventually fix up. It's an older car, and he wants to just tinker around with it, which he hasn't done yet. And so that's at his mom's. And so I'm like, okay, we got to make sure nothing happens to my car, because we're going to be in deep trouble. All the cars that he has, and he can't use any of them. So now we had to go yesterday. We did pick up his car, so he has that back now. So that's a plus. So hopefully Esther will be back to normal as poor Esther is going to be. But we always use her when we move And then he also has a, trailer that he uses. And so right now, until Esther is repaired, he didn't want her to be able to pull a trailer because his transmission was having such problems. But she's been a good girl. She's been a really good truck. We treat her like she's a person. You know, she looks rather rough, but she drives really good. And she helps out with yard work and anything that we need to go and pick up. So it's nice to have a truck handy. And trucks now are so expensive. He doesn't need a new truck. If he wanted one, that would be, you know, his business if he got one, but he doesn't. I even mentioned, why don't you trade in your car and your truck and you can get a new truck, and then that way you don't have an extra truck and a car, you have just one, and he doesn't want to do that. So we will continue to use Esther. He says when he dies that he wants Esther to be buried with him. He wants Esther to be cremated. I'm like, okay, I'm not sure how you cremate a truck, but maybe I can put some of the leather seat or something with him if he passes away before me. But he had that done. So yesterday I had to take him an hour away to get his car because they're not open on the weekends. So went to get his car. It took us forever. Traffic was horrible. And it always is when you have to drive towards Atlanta. Or actually, we were able to go and get it on Sunday. They did have it where it was out. And so we were able to get it. This is starting to look really good. I'm getting closer on this section. I can't believe I'm working so slow today. Normally I'm much faster than this. Even on a WIP and chat I am. It's like I look like a newbie. There are just some days, I guess, that I'm much slower than others. Let's see, I'm going to lowercase b. It's going to be interesting when I kit these down because right now I still have a lot of drills left. You know, I still have more to go, but I still have some drills that were extra that didn't fit in my case. And so I will also put those up. If you have not seen my latest video that went out over the weekend, I will put that underneath the description and also at the top of the eye. And that was me kitting down Orloa, the small canvas that I did in January. And I finished the cat. I had several drills left on that one too. And I definitely need to get my box reworked. I think I would be better off with a smaller box than the large box that I have. I'll have to have more, but this large box is getting really heavy and it's starting to sag. And it won't be that much to have to change it out. I'll just have to do some dividers, probably get some cork or something like that, foam board maybe. And I can get that done. I don't know if that'll get done before the move, but hopefully the way that I will move it like I did before, that I won't have any problems. I don't want everything to fall out of the box, that's for sure. Let me know if you're gonna be doing any events in March. I just can't believe we're getting close to March. Seems like it was just Christmas. I say this all the time. But let me know if you plan on doing any events. I am going to be doing the Ray Gun Kubitschek event. I'm doing it just for fun. One reason is because I am a moderator on the Facebook group, one of the moderators, and so I will be looking at that in March. So I'll be busy looking at all the comments and inviting, adding new people if they want to come into the group. And I will put that down underneath the description as well. I'll have to make a note whenever I go to edit this to make sure I remember what I need to put down there, because I'm bad about not doing that. But I will be doing that in March, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I will have Garden Girl finished. So that way, with Garden Girl finished, and I can concentrate on my Care Bear. And I did unbox that one as well. That one's going to be really cute. I don't think it's going to take me too terribly long. It's round, and it is also a lot of color blocking. So I think I will be able to get that done fairly quickly, which will be nice because I don't want to have too many WIPs going into April when I start my Josephine wall. Other than that, I don't plan on doing any other events in March. I don't do that many events anyway. I just do them for fun. If I get to where I don't know what I want to work on painting-wise, I can look and see what events are out there. But I don't seem to have that problem because I always have at least something going, and then I always know what I want to work on. I haven't had it to where I'm not sure and just so undecided. And I am pretty good about knowing ahead of what I want to work on, which is nice. If I ever get to where I don't, then I can definitely look. I can always find something. But I have so many diamond paintings that I want to work on all of them at one time. So there's not one that I don't want to work on. I have looked at my diamond paintings not too long ago, and the ones that I thought, I don't know if I'm ever going to work on this one, I don't know if I really like this one anymore, then I destashed. So going into this move is going to be better already because I have destashed quite a bit of my diamond paintings, but I still have way too many. I really need to somehow get some completion so I can start on some others and get them out of my stash. But then there's some that I keep putting off. It's like, I don't want to do it now because if I do it now, it'll be done. Which is kind of silly because it's like I bought it to do it. Like all the princess ones that I have. I don't have a lot, but I have 3 or 4 of the princess panels from Mandy Manzano that came out years ago. And I'm hanging on to those because I hate to do them. And then it's like, oh, I did them, now what? But then if I do them, I might can hang them up or say, oh, they're done. But we'll see. It's one of those that I do want to get at least 4 Mandy Manzano panels done this year, whether it's princess or whatever that it is, because I have way too many Mandys that I need to work on. But then I also have a lot of Hannah Lynn's too. Quite a few Hannah Lynn's that I have been able to get. Okay, I am looking for, I'm going to finish this one little section here. And then, if I can find it. So I'm always having a hard time finding this one. We'll do the moon. what do I have going on this upcoming week? There's not a lot in the way of what we are doing. Probably just same old, business as usual. And we may go, it's not this weekend, it's the following weekend. That's when we're supposed to be moving. We like to watch some of the renovation shows, and there's one that is Dave and Jenny Mars, and they are from Arkansas, and that's my home state. And so they are going to be at a plant and garden show in Atlanta. And we heard about it last night, and so I told my husband, I said, I'd love to go and see them. I think that would be so much fun. And so he actually agreed, said that would be kind of cool to go and talk to them and just, tell them how much we enjoy their show and that, I'm from Arkansas, it'd be really cool. And so we thought we might do that just to go in. And it's not bad on the tickets. It's like $9 per person. Paige would have absolutely no desire to go. And I would like to go to just to look at the garden show to see what all that they have. We've done that a long time ago and gave us some ideas for our yard, although we never did them. But they had some really good ideas there, and you could buy some plants and different things. And I did get buy a really cool wind chime years and years and years ago from there's a plant and home show at the time. And so that one was looking really rough. It's falling apart. And I love to have wind chimes. So we can look for a wind chime there. And we want to look for some outdoor patio furniture if we can find something. We don't want anything too expensive. And that's something that we might end up doing. We'll see. That would be fun and give us a break from moving or boxing up, whatever that we end up doing. And I know for a fact Paige is not she won't have any desire to go. And now we have our trash truck has just pulled up. Lovely. I have actually gotten more done than I thought just by looking at what I have accomplished over the time that we've been together. And I am sorry that this has been so choppy today and I'm all over the place. I do have notes, but I don't know. I just ended up going off topic, but hope that you got something done if you wanted to. I have gotten a little bit on this. I'm almost done with the top of this little dragling's head, which I think she's turned out really cute here. And then the next thing I will have, we have these two sections here, and then I can go down to this section, and this is the last section, the bottom here, I think, before I get to winter. So I probably have about 30 by 40 size left. I should get this finished by the first part of March, so that way I can tick this one off of my list. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you haven't subscribed, I would love to have you here. And also click on that notification bell so you are alerted of any future uploads. And until next time, happy diamond painting.